That would be it. All right, my apologies, Jeff. We're going to start with you, Jeff Metcalf. Go ahead for Briann.
Hey, how are you?
Doing well.
Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
Did you ever think you'd play a game where you could make 30,000 in one game?
I mean, is it definitely a game? Probably not. But I think it's a really cool opportunity, and I think everybody's excited to go out there and compete. It's nice. It's a nice game. I think it's going to be pretty exciting.
What would you do if you got that bonus?
What would I do? I mean, invest it. Some extra money. Yeah, I would probably, find somewhere to put it.
How do you feel about where your team is right now? It's been a great season.
Yeah, we've done really well, and we started off really hot, then we lost JJ, but that really allowed us to work on some things and improve in areas we needed to, because when you lose an all-star like her, everybody has to step up a little bit. So we did that. We improved as a unit when she came back.
We got some audio, Ron. A little back and forth here.
All right. Next question, Alex Simon.
Hi, Briann. Yeah, for you guys in particular, playing a neutral site game like this, obviously, it's one of the few that the WNBA has really ever had that way. Do you feel like between yourself being a former player here in Phoenix, Dawana being a former player here in Phoenix, are you hoping that the fans that are showing up locally are going to be more supporting you guys that way? One second, Ron, I couldn't hear any of that answer on our end there.
All right, Alex, give us one moment if you
No
would.
problem.
All right, everybody, let's try that again. We do have a little audio issue, but let's give it a go. Alex, if you would again, repeat your question, please, for Briann.
Yes, just obviously I asked Briann and I saw you give a full answer, but just the same question of the fact that you're a former Berkeley player, Dawana's a former Berkeley player, to be playing a neutral site game, but in Phoenix, do you feel like you guys will kind of maybe get more of the local fan support that way?
Yeah, like I said, I would hope the X Factor is cheering for us, especially for Kawana. This is her second home plate forever here. I know they appreciated her and what she gave to this organization, and I just have an appreciation for the X Factor fans because they are basketball fans, so they're going to cheer for good basketball, and I respect that.
For you guys to kind of come into this game against Seattle, you guys have been able to kind of do some pretty full team activities, as I understand, in the kind of 2 weeks during the Olympics. Do you feel as if, you know, obviously you had the break, but do you feel as if you guys are kind of picked up right back into regular season mode by this point and have had enough time to kind of get into that rhythm again?
Well, we've had a couple weeks now with our full roster and basically went through a second training camp. And it was nice. You don't often have these opportunities to tighten up the little things and get sharp, get back into shape after a little bit of a break, but we did that, and I feel like we're in a position to, you know, really improve as we approach the time.
All right, thank you. I'm sorry, go ahead. All right, we're going to go next to Holly Rowe. Holly, go ahead.
Hey, ladies, I just wanted you both to answer this question about what you think about the Commissioner's Cup game and how excited, or what do you think about the money that's on the line? What kind of motivator is that?
You want to go first?
I just think it's a fun, competitive, opportunity. So I think we're just gonna go out there and battle hard. The money is an incentive to play even harder, but this is a great opportunity for teams to just, have more competition and just have fun, be able to be rewarded for their hard work too. So, we're excited.
Yeah, I agree with what Kaila said. It's nice to bring some of that East-West rivalry back to the WNBA and bring some excitement mid-season, keep the fans engaged. And, at this point, everybody's trying to continue to get better to really hit their stride heading into playoffs, heading to the end of the season. And this is a big game for us to see where we're at and, see what we need to improve on and like get into our stride as we get going. So yeah, it's going to be exciting. It's going to be fun, and the 30K is something fun to play for.
All right, next question, Rafiq. Rafiq, if you would please, for Kaila and Briann.
Hey, ladies, I just want to ask you, during this whole entire month off, what is some of the stuff that you discovered about yourself outside of the court going into tonight's game?
Outside of the court.
I just use these last or the couple of weeks that are break to kind of reset and refocus. So I guess just learning that sometimes you just need time to yourself, kind of relax, refocus, get your mind right, and coming back into practice, gaining a different mindset and allowing me to just, work harder and just get ready for the finish line. So just about that. Sometimes you just need a little time to kind of just, clear your mind and get ready.
And a follow-up question, if I could, what are some of the reasons why you struggled to defeat the Seattle Storm team the past two meetings this regular season?
I mean, they're tough, and we played them tough the first game, took them to overtime, and then the second, we haven't had a full roster playing Seattle at all this season, so it's going to be fun to have, our full roster up against their full roster this time and see what happens, but they're a good team, and so you got to be sharp. They're gonna take advantage of all the mistakes you have when you play against them. And so our job is to eliminate those and give them a fight. And that's what we're gonna do today. Or yeah, it is today. Finally, we play.
Thank you for your time.
All right, let me return. Jeff, I'm sorry if the audio issues were difficult before. Jeff, do you have another question?
Well, I guess maybe just when you think about what you got out of the break, and what it's been like coming back in previous Olympic years, is there a significant difference between like returning from an Olympic year and just going through without a break? And do you like one over the other?
I'm trying to think. I mean, this year has been unique because I've been on a team with no Olympians. So we've had our full team, which like I said before, it just gave us an opportunity to really get sharp and really work as a complete unit, which is going to help us in the long run. So this setup this year was great. And I love this, and then we could keep it that way, it would be awesome, but yeah.
All right, thank you. Just a reminder, if anyone else has a question, please raise your hand and we will go next to Alex Simon. Alex, go ahead, please.
Yeah, Kaila, just because this was your first Olympic break, I'm kind of curious, did you talk to any of your other veterans who have gone through this before, and especially knowing you get this time and you really probably need this time to take the part of the break where you're off and actually take it off, but balancing, not getting your body out of shape? Because what was that experience like for you on your first go round here?
I think it was a good experience in terms of having that break. They said usually, our coach is good with giving them at least 10 days to kind of go home, relax, reset, go on vacation if you need to. So being able to have those 17 days, able to take some time for myself and then also be with my family. And that's always like my motivation, always gets me, refueled to come back. And so just being able to have that break was very good, especially because we were playing so many games every other day. Just being able to have that rest, the reset, and coming in and having those 2 weeks, 10 days of practice really helped, where we had the balance of getting rest and then also being able to sharpen up and get ready for this last stretch.
Thank you, Alex. Rafiq, back to you for one more question.
Yeah, I want to get your ladies' thoughts on watching the USA women's basketball team take home the gold for both the 3-on-3 tournament and the 5-on-5 games.
What was the question? I couldn't hear.
I want to get your thoughts on USA women's basketball teams for 3-on-3 and the 5-on-5 taking home the gold.
I think it's a phenomenal feat for both teams. They represent the quality of basketball we have here in the WNBA in the United States, and they're representing all of us when they step on that stage. And I think all of us were cheering for them, rooting for them to come away with the gold, and they did. It's amazing seeing the people that you play against go out there and play on the biggest stage and come away victorious. So, yeah.
I agree, especially them winning 5 years in a row or 5 times in a row. Just amazing the dynasty they have created, and the 3-on-3 being the first gold medal, kind of to set that stage. It's amazing to watch. So we're proud.
All right, everybody. We do not have any more raised hands, so we're going to excuse Kaila and Briann. Thank you both, and good luck.